Super long tutorial for you. Well, I'm assuming it's long. I haven't edited it yet, but it's taken me 2 days to film, so I'm going to assume it's going to take me quite a long time to show you this. Anyway, I posted a picture on Instagram of this little guy a few days ago, and a lot of people said that they wanted to see a tutorial for him, so I have obliged. I make this little guy in this tutorial. Turns out, putting a face on an amigurumi, it's a lot more difficult when you're on camera, so this one isn't as cute as this one, but it's still cute in its own right. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this little guy. I talk you through the steps. I don't tell you exactly how to do the stitches. I name the stitch using British terminology. The pattern itself is written in US terminology, so if that's something you prefer, the link is in the description box below. It's on the All About Ami, as in amigurumi, All About Ami website, and it's for a pony, but I added a few details and took a few off. This little guy is so cute. I can't get over how cute he is, and I'm giving him away, and that breaks my heart because I don't want to. Not now I know that I can't make them all as cute as this one. I got lucky with my first one. But yes. This video is long enough without me waffling on, but quickly before we get into the tutorial, I would just like to remind you that if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, hit subscribe for weekly videos, and then feel free to leave me a comment section down below. It just gives me something to read and lets me know that you're enjoying it and all of this fun stuff. You didn't click on this video to watch me waffle on, let's just get on with the really long tutorial, shall we? So, to make this, you are going to need some double knit wool, you are going to need a 3.5mm crochet hook, some scissors, a darning needle, some stuffing, and some safety eyes. The colours of yarn I'm using just like Stylecraft acrylic yarn. I've got this like red, and then a dark brown, and then this tan colour. So, we're going to start off by making the head, and I hope you have a cup of tea, because this is the longest tutorial I have ever filmed. So we're going to start off by doing 5 double crochet into a magic circle. I will leave a link in the description box as to a good tutorial for a magic circle and how to do double crochet and such if you are not aware, because this tutorial is long enough without me going into how to do stitches. But yeah, I'm just going to be sitting, chilling with my cup of tea and chatting to you about what I'm doing. So row 2, we are going to do 2 double crochet into each stitch around, which means at the end of the row we will have a total of 10 stitches, and that is what the number in the brackets means. I hope that makes sense. I also hope that you're all having a lovely December, and I was going to say I hope it's not too cold where you are, but I'm also aware that it's summer for some of you, which, as I've mentioned in a previous video, boggles my mind. I've been editing this video for the past 4 hours non-stop. I've turned down going out for Glühwein. The things I do for you. I don't mind it, to be fair. I don't want to go out in the cold. It's warm in here. Row 3, we are going to do 1 double crochet into one stitch and then 2 double crochet into the next stitch. You're going to repeat that 5 times around for a total of 15 stitches. Link to the original pattern can be found in the description box below, and yes, I have had to speed up this tutorial because without speeding up it was 2 hours long, so my computer couldn't handle that. It barely handles this, so I hope that's okay. So now I'm just getting a bit of scrap yarn, and that's what I use as a stitch marker. So this is me just marking off where the last stitch in the row is. This is just how I use it anyway. So we are going to just do 1 double crochet into each stitch around. So total of 15 stitches. And sorry if you can hear the cathedral bells. I didn't time this well. Although to be fair, I only had a small window where no bells would have gone off, and you would have heard them all at some point. It's a long tutorial. Just crocheting around. I am a fan of this Christmassy nail varnish. It's just like a green nail varnish, and then I have a green glittery nail varnish that I put over the top of it So it's all sparkly and glorious. Good times. Also, I realised as I finished editing this that I'm wearing the same jumper that I wore last week. Oops. So row 5, we are going to do a single double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then we are going to do 2 double crochet in the stitch after that. And then we're going to repeat that 5 times for a total of 20 stitches. And if at any point this tutorial is too fast for you, which I'm sure it will be for many of you because that's just how life is, I encourage you to pause at any point you need to. I know it's infuriating if you're trying to follow along with the tutorial and they're racing through it, and it's very frustrating because I've experienced that myself, but you can either slow the video down, which you can do on YouTube and my voice will sound all funny, or you can pause as you do the row, and that's what I've done before. So for the next tutorial, or for the next row, sorry, row 6, you're going to do a double crochet in the next 3 stitches, and then you're going to do 2 double crochet in the next stitch, and you're going to repeat that 5 times for a total of 25 stitches. And I hope I've gone back and edited that title because it said 3 stitches in the next one and it definitely should have said 2. So sorry if I forgot to go back and edit it. A lot can happen in 50 minutes. For example, I'm going to run out of tea and it's going to be heartbreaking. I suppose I could always pause the voiceover and make myself another cut, but where's the fun in that? So row 7, super simple. You are just going to double crochet in each stitch around, so double crochet 25 stitches in total. Is this radiator on? Not really. No wonder I'm cold. Sorry. You're literally just getting a live update on my life right now and what's happening in it, as and when it occurs. I watched a lot of, there's a person that I usually watch play The Sims on YouTube, and his name is Andrew Arcade, and he's very good. Row 8 is double crochet the next 4 stitches, and then 2 double crochet in the stitch after that. Repeat that 5 times and you should increase your stitch count up to 30. But yes, so yeah, but I watched him play Stardew Valley and I binge watched a lot of them as I was crocheting this. Which is how I know how long this took. An incredibly long time. But worth it because he's such a cute little reindeer. So cute. I'm going to be heartbroken when I give him away. Does anyone else do that? They make something and they love it so much they don't want to give it away. But I suppose what I could do is always make another one. So rows 9 and 10, you're just going to double crochet in each stitch around for a total of 30 stitches in total on each row. Because we're not increasing, we're not decreasing, we're just going straight. And I've just thought I'm not going to be able to sit and chat. I'm going to have to pause this at some point because my camera can only record half an hour at a time. Oops. Okay. So the next row we are going to do 5 double crochet and then 2 double crochet in the next stitch. And you're going to repeat that 5 times around for a total of 35 stitches. And it's row 11, not row 1, row 11. I once again hope I've changed that. If not, I'm just wrong. Sorry. Most infuriating. I ate an apple earlier to fuel me through this. I really wanted Nutella on toast, but I thought an apple would be a bit more diet friendly. It hasn't filled me up at all. It's a sad, sad day. I'm very complainy in this voiceover. I do apologise. I don't mean to be. It's just obviously the way that my brain is functioning right now. Because I don't feel grumpy and I don't feel, you know, like I'm having a hard time. Oh, rows 12 to 17, you just double crochet 35. So double crochet in each stitch around for the next 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 6 rows, including the one that you're on. And this one I do skip and I don't just fast forward, because how boring would that be? Oh look, the head has grown. How delightful. How wonderful. And the lighting's changed. How fabulous. So row 18, we are going to double crochet across the next 4 stitches, and then we're going to decrease one. And the decrease I like to use is the invisible decrease, and I show you how to do that momentarily. So you just go into the front loop of the stitch, and then you go into the front loop of the stitch next to it, and then yarn over, pull through both of those loops, and then yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and it's invisible. You can't even see you've decreased. And of the amount of amigurumi I've made, I'm really surprised that I haven't. Well, I used it when I made Baymax in that tutorial, but that was the first time I'd used it. And with the amount of amigurumi I've made over the years, I'm surprised I hadn't heard of it sooner, or that it's either I hadn't heard of it sooner, or I had heard of it and I just assumed it would be far more difficult than it actually was, because that is just obviously how my brain works. I'm not sure, but yeah. Super easy decrease, and it makes it look neat and tidy as well, because sometimes if you do like a standard decrease, you get a gaping hole and you don't really want that. Cool. This is just me putting another episode of whatever I'm watching on. So row 19, you're just going to double crochet once in each stitch, so 30 double crochet in total. The amount of times that my editing program froze on me while I was editing it. That might be why I sound so grumpy. I got frustrated at my editing program. So, row 20, you are going to double crochet 4 times and then decrease 1. Once again using the invisible decrease, and you're going to repeat that 5 times around for a total of 25 stitches. And as you'll notice, the rows are changing in increments of 5, because that's what happens when you start with 5 stitches. A lot of amigurumi starts with 6 stitches, and I was never any good at my 6 times tables while I was at school. But doing crochet has heavily improved my 6 times table skills, which is pretty cool. And I also didn't use it. Oh, me going backwards. Oh no, I must have miscounted at some point. It's okay, I fixed it. I hadn't realised that I left that in, but I will, because I trust you. So then you grab your safety eyes, or buttons, or whatever you want to sew on, or if you just want to sew on the eyes. So I add the safety eyes between rows 9 and 10. If I were to do this again, I would put the eyes lower down on the head, like I did for my first one I made, because it made him look a little bit cuter. Although this one is also cute in his own right, but just not as cute as the first one I made. And I put them in, and I didn't put the backs on, and that just gives you a chance to adjust it and move them around and whatnot. And then turn your head inside out, not your own head, but the head you're working on, and then add the backs. I don't know if I'm using these right, but I just assume, and you just press the back on until it clicks. And sometimes it can take a while, and sometimes it really hurts your thumb, like this one wasn't my friend. But I did it, and it worked. If you're giving them to children, make sure they are securely on there, and then you're going to stuff the head. I should have used more stuffing for this as well. Why is it? I don't know if anyone else who makes videos experiences this. When you make it and you're not filming yourself, nothing goes wrong. Like, I had to remake both the head and the body of this after the first few rows. But nothing goes wrong and everything's fine and it looks cute. Okay, row 21. Double crochet 3, and then you're going to decrease on that 4th, decrease the next stitch, and you're going to repeat that 5 times around for a total of 20 stitches. But yeah, whenever you make anything sort of off camera, you're not filming yourself and blah blah blah, you can just make it and it looks delightful and glorious. And oh, stretch, oh, the surprise. Excuse me, sorry, I just yawned and stretched. How rude of me. Yeah, but then as soon as you get on camera, whatever will go wrong. Your stitch counts will be off, and yeah, it doesn't look as cute, but that's fine. He's cute in his own right. So now we are ready to start the next row. Wonderful stuff, wonderful stuff. Row 22. You are going to double crochet twice and then decrease once. And you're going to repeat that 5 times for a total of 15 stitches. I'm just wiggling in my chair to get myself comfortable. Should be sat on the sofa really, but I've got you sat on the laptop, so I hope there's not too much background noise happening. Because usually when I hold the camera, not only does my tummy inevitably rumble, but I'm moving it around quite a lot and fidgeting quite a lot, and I think that's irritating. But now I'm aware that there might be like a buzz from the computer. Well, if there is, I will have to re-record this, and that will be fine. And then you're going to continue to stuff your head. Making sure that it's nice and firm, because you want to do it before you close it up. So row 23, you're going to double crochet once and then decrease once, and you're going to repeat that 5 times around as well, for a total of 10 stitches at the end, because we're doing a nice gradual decrease. And now you've stuffed it, it's slightly more difficult to crochet. I find it is anyway. Some people might not. It might just be me, but I think it's more difficult to crochet once you stuff it. And you'll see this by the amount of time it takes me to do the last row of the head. Wonderful. So finish stuffing your head, because we're about to do the last row. Making sure it's nice and firm and looking grand, and all of that fun stuff. Stuffing the head, and then, oh no, still stuffing the head. Stuffing the head. My goodness, how long does it take me to stuff the head? Oh, and I roll it between my hands just to shape it slightly. And then we're about to start the final row of the head. Wonderful stuff. So row 24, we're just going to decrease 5 times around, and that should give us 5 stitches at the end of it all. Isn't it fun when it all works out? And like I said, I'm doing an invisible decrease for all of these. And I used this exact same pattern to make my unicorns. I can't remember if I said that in my intro, but if you're following me on Instagram, you would have seen the unicorns I've made. And yeah, I used this same pattern. I just add a horn and mane and tail. You know? Versatility, that's what I like out of a crochet pattern. So now you can snip off your thread and finish off and whatnot. Now we're going to make 2 ears. Huzzah! So grab your yarn, and once again, starting the same way as before, 5 double crochet into the magic circle. I keep wanting to say magic loop because that's a knitting technique, and I've been watching a lot of knitting podcasts lately. But no, magic circle. We're doing crochet. One more, Hannah. Come on, learn to count. You're going to pull that tight, and then for round 2, you are going to do 2 double crochet in each stitch around for a total of 10 stitches. And I'm just gonna, now I've thought about the fact that you might be able to hear buzzing or anything, you're on my lap now. Well, you're not, but my camera is, because that's what I use to record my voiceovers. And I always find the first round after doing a magic loop is a little bit fiddly, a little bit complicated, and I mess up this ear here because I forget my count, so I actually do 11. But hey, it still works. I didn't notice it until editing, but now my reindeer has uneven ears because I hadn't noticed it. Unobservant me. Anyway, so put in your waste yarn, your scrap yarn for your stitch marker, and then you are going to do 2 rows of just double crocheting 10. So 1 double crochet in each stitch around for the next 2 rows. Nice and easy, nice and relaxing. And as predicted, I skip ahead on this. See? Look at me being able to see what's happening. Anyway, row 5. We're going to do 3 double crochet followed by 1 decrease. And you're going to do that twice. And this should leave you with 8 stitches at the end. I really enjoy all about Ami. She's got such amazing crochet patterns. They are truly inspiring and unbelievable and incredible. So be sure to go and check out her website for more super cute and delightful patterns, because she's a very talented lady. And now I just kind of, this is just the excess thread ended up from the magic circle. I just kind of stuff that in the ear. It's the only stuffing it gets is the thread, and that's it. And then row 6, you're just going to do 1 double crochet in each stitch around. So 8 stitches in total. Just gonna have a sip of tea. Delightful. Drinking out of a Christmas mug. 'Tis the season, after all. I will be returning to England shortly, which is quite exciting. On Thursday, I'll be going. So I'm just finishing off my wool, or finishing off my end there. Leaving quite a long end because you need to use that to sew on the ear to the head. And then you make 2 of them, and you make them do a little dance. And you try to position them on the head to demonstrate what ears are, and then you drop them all. So now we're going to make 2 antlers, and the pattern to the antlers and the nose are written in both UK and US terminology in the description box below, because this is just my little addition that I made up. So row 1, you're going to do 5 double crochet into a magic circle. I thought it seemed to have worked for the rest of it so far. Why not go off the same idea? Wonderful. And pull that close. And then fight with it a little bit, because in rows 2, this is just me struggling to get the hook through the first stitch. I suppose I could have cut this out really, but I just like to show you that, you know, I'm not perfect. Rows 2 to 8 are just double crochet around 5 stitches. So 1 double crochet in each stitch around for rows 2 to 8. Yeah. I should always have a piece of paper here to write down when something is wrong. But hey, and I'm just finishing off the end. Leave a nice long tail because you're going to use that to sew onto the head. And then you need to make another one of them for the other antler, and I just trim off the other end there. Boop. And you can stuff it if you want. You can put a bit of wire in it. You could put a pipe cleaner in it, but mine's going to children, so I don't really want to put wire in it. And then you make this for the short little bit that kind of poking off the side of the longer bit. So you're going to do 5 double crochet into the magic circle. The magic circle, isn't that what the group of magicians is called? I don't know now. Do you think that's where it got its name from? From like crochet humour, yarny humour. Who knows? And then rows 2 to 4, you're just going to do 5 double crochet around. So 1 double crochet in each stitch around for rows 2 to 4. And I skip ahead on this as well because you don't need to watch me painstakingly struggle. And then once again, just finishing off the end. And you got to leave it, maybe not as long an end as I have. I always leave too long of an end, but I would rather have too much yarn than not enough. And that's what it looks like. That's how it goes together. Oh, excuse me, hiccup. And I sew that together a bit later. So now we're on to the nose. We are going off the same thing in that you can have a brown nose, you can have a red nose. I chose the red nose. And we're going to do 5 double crochet into a magic circle. And I'm just going to quickly pause this and start it up again because I'm worried that I'm going to run out of filming mojo. I'm back. You hadn't even noticed I'd gone. How rude of you. It's fine. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't move. You missed nothing. Okay, so row 2, you're just going to do 2 double crochet in each stitch around for a total of 10 stitches. And that's it. It's a nice easy schnoz for you. I tried it making like a little ball and adding that to his nose, but that looked a bit weird. So I just decided to go with a flat circle and sew that on, and it looked much better. Possibly because I couldn't, I'm not very inventive when it, I'm not very good at making stuff up when it comes to crochet. I'm much better than I am when it comes to knitting, but you know, can't be perfect at everything. But that's okay. So yeah, trim off any excess, pull it through, and ta-da! That's where it goes. That is where his nose is. So now, this is just me taking my darning needle and sewing it all together. I don't talk you through how to sew it together. I'm not very good at sewing together amigurumi, I won't lie. I can make it work, but I'm not good enough to make a full tutorial on it. If you're unsure of how to sew together your crochet, which is fine, you're allowed to be, I suggest going and looking up a plethora of tutorials that there are on YouTube. And yeah, because I'm terrible. Please don't use me as an example. I believe on the pattern it suggests to use a curved darning needle, and I can imagine that would be a lot easier. Yeah, I'm coming out at the bottom of the head, sort of towards the back, because that's where the body's going to go. But yeah, I'm just sewing it all together and having a lot of fun doing it. And I left this footage in, even though I'm not sure if people would really care, maybe isn't the right word, be interested in watching it, because some people find stuff like this quite interesting to watch and a bit therapeutic in its own weird way, which means I'm sure you don't really want me nattering on over the top of it. But you click on a corner of craft video, you're going to be spoken at, not with, at. Although I wish I could speak with you, but it's kind of difficult because, you know, distance. Cool, so now I'm just going to sew the ears on, and I should have done the ears a little bit further forward and a bit further down the head, but this placement works, but just in comparison to the other one I made. I feel so sorry for this reindeer. And just make sure you sew everything on really securely, which is what I'm doing, because mine are going to children. And children are ruthless. And they don't mean to be, it's just how they learn. You got to break a few things in life to realise that things break, you know? Well, I assume that's what they're doing. It's either that or they're just being malicious, but I doubt that highly. It looks so cruel me sewing this on. Now I'm just sewing on the antlers, and I just kind of put it to the side and a little bit behind the ear, if that makes sense. But it's so much easier to sew things on when I don't have a camera in front of me. this is what I've learned from this tutorial. Even though I have a feeling I said the same thing with Baymax. I can't remember if I sewed him together on camera or not. But this is the only bit of sewing together you are going to get throughout the whole video, because the body and the legs and the tail I sew off camera. Just because I thought you didn't need to see it. And that's what you should have so far. How cute is that? You have a head. You could just use that as a decoration. But now we're moving on to the body. Look how seasonal it all is. Okay. So we're going to start off by chaining 4. Because we are basically starting off making an oval. If that makes sense. So going into the second chain from the hook, you're going to do 3 double crochet across, working in the back loop only. That's what BLO stands for, back loop only of the chains. And then you're going to turn it, and you're going to do 3 double crochet back across, working in the front loops only. And that's what FLO stands for. And this makes an oval shape and gives you 6 stitches in total. So yeah, BLO back loop only, FLO front loop only. Ta-da! Cool. So row 2, you are going to do, a little complicated, 2 double crochet in the next stitch. So basically you're increasing. Then you're just going to do 1 double crochet in the next stitch. And in the next 2 stitches, you're going to do 2 double crochet in each of them. So 2 double crochet in the first one, then 2 double crochet in the next one. And you're going to do 1 double crochet. Oh, I'm ahead of myself. You're going to do 1 double crochet in the next stitch. And then 2 double crochet in the final stitch of the row. And this should increase your stitch count of the row to 10. So row 3, you are going to do 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 double crochet in the stitch after that. And you're going to repeat that once more. So 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 double crochet in the stitch after that. And then you got 2 double crochet. So just in the next 2 stitches, you're just going to do 1 double crochet in each stitch. You got 2 double crochet in the next stitch. Just take this row slow. Again, be a little bit confusing. Then you're just going to double crochet once in the next stitch. 2 double crochet in the next stitch. This is how you get the oval shape. And then 1 double crochet in the final stitch for a total of 14 stitches. And you see it looks a bit oval, you know? So now I'm just putting in my placement holder, row marker. I can't remember what they're called. So row 4, you're just going to do 1 double crochet in each stitch around for a total of 14 double crochet in the row. Just chilling out, crocheting around. I bet that clashed with the background music. Sorry about that. Cool. So now we are going to do 2 double crochet in the next 3 stitches, and then you're going to just do 1 double crochet in the next 11 stitches. So this should up your stitch count to 17 because we're shaping the tummy. Yay! I refused to use something to indicate the end of my row, like a scrap of yarn or a stitch marker or something, for the longest time, and I don't know why. It was ridiculous. I didn't use one for years. I didn't even use one when I did the Amigurumi Baymax. I just counted, which is all very well and good, but it's nice to be able to switch off sometimes, and it means you know you're on the right track. It means you know that you've got the right amount of stitches when the row all works out and whatnot. I'm ridiculous. So, row 6. We're going to do 1 double crochet. Then you're going to do the next 3 stitches. You're going to do 2 double crochet. And then you're going to do 1 double crochet in the next 13 stitches around. So you're increasing up to 20. So first stitch is 1 double crochet, the next 3 stitches you got 2 double crochet and then each stitch, and then the next 13 is just 1 double crochet again. I hope I'm making sense and I'm not confusing people. If I am, I'm terribly sorry. I try to explain how to do things in several ways because different people respond differently to different instructions. And I just said different quite a lot in quite a short space of time. Okay, row 7 and 8, nice and easy. You're just going to do 1 double crochet in each stitch around for a total of 20 stitches in each row. Huzzah! You can chill out again. All the stressful rows are done for now. For now. Oh no, my tummy's going to rumble again. Why is it every time I do a voiceover my tummy rumbles? It's the worst. So we are going to decrease on this row. So you're going to do double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So just 1 double crochet in each stitch. And then you're going to decrease by 1. So I'm doing once again the invisible decrease because it is my best friend. You're going to repeat that 3 times around. So you're decreasing to 16 stitches. And yes, the head is small in comparison. No, the head is big in comparison to the body, but it works, and that's what makes it look cute. I'm stretching again, don't mind me. Casual stretch. Yeah, wonderful. So rows 10 and 11, both of them, you are just going to do 1 double crochet in each stitch around, so 16 double crochets on each row. And I skip ahead on this one as well. Rows 12, 13 and 14, you're going to slip stitch 2 stitches. You're going to do half trebles in the next 8 stitches. And then you're going to slip stitch 6 stitches. And I mean, I go slower on the first stitch and the first row, and then I skip ahead because once you've done it once, you don't need to watch me do it twice more. If you're unsure of any of these stitches, if you just YouTube search the name of the stitch, there are so many tutorials out there for you. So yeah, slip stitch, and keep your slip stitch relatively loose because you're going to be like slip stitching into those on the next row. I don't know if that's the proper way of doing it. I've never had to slip stitch or crochet into a slip stitch, so I'm guessing, but it worked, so that's what we're going with. And this is shaping the neck. And yeah, that's the last one. So snip off a relatively long tail. Oh, just got a message. Yeah, relatively long tail, and then you're going to stuff the body very well. We're on the home straight, team. I know what you're all thinking. How am I? I've still got 20 minutes left. But you're on the home straight. I think. I hope. I'm running dangerously low on tea. And it's getting cold now, which is a sad, sad day. But yes, so stuff the body. Looks a bit like a peanut. And then you are going to sew the head onto the body. Or you sew the body onto the head, which is apparently what I've written. I guess it works. But yes, sew it together. So now I'm going to make the legs, and you can make 4 of them. In the pattern, it gives you 2 different ways of making the legs. I'm showing you the black back legs. She explains in the pattern why she's got 2 different legs patterns written. I don't find it necessary to use 2, but whatever. Yeah, chaining 4, and then do exactly the same as what we did at the beginning of the body. You are going to do 3 double crochet into the back loop only, starting in the second chain from your hook. And then you're going to turn it, and you're going to do 3 double crochet working in the front loops only, or in the other unworked loops, I suppose, because now you've turned it. They're technically back loop, very confusing. But anyway, you're making an oval that is 6 stitches in total. And I'm very stretchy today. I think I've spent too long sat in this chair. I think that is what's happened. I need to go for a walk or something. Oh, stretch. Anyway, row 2, you're going to do 2 double crochet in each stitch around. So we are upping it to 12 stitches in total. Nice and easy, not too difficult to explain. So just crochet around, having a great time. I'm doing a bit of last minute Christmas shopping this week. I have to still got to post 2 Christmas presents and an Etsy order because I was going to go today, but then I ran out of time. So I have to do that all tomorrow or Monday. Hopefully tomorrow, hopefully. But yes. So now I'm just putting in my, whatever it's called, place marker thing. I have a really itchy hand. I think something may have bitten my hand. Really itches. Anyway, now we're working the back loops only again. So you're going to just do 1 double crochet in each stitch around, working in the back loops of the stitch. So total of 12 stitches again. Just take your time with it, make sure that you're not crocheting all the way through. This is what, it kind of creates a ridge and means it makes it really nice and flat on the bottom. It's a really nice effect. It was cleverly thought of. Obviously it's her job, so she knows what she's doing. But hey. I've been watching a lot of people do Vlogmas as well whilst making this. I'm very pleased to see people doing Vlogmas. I'm always tempted to do it, but I always think, do I really want to be filming at Christmas time? No. I want to be spending it with my family. I don't want to be awkwardly shoving a camera in their face. But that's because I'm very embarrassed about YouTube things in front of my family. So now you're going to double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then you're going to decrease 1, and you're going to do that 3 times, and you're going to decrease to 9 stitches in the round. And it's not so much that I get embarrassed about doing YouTube things in front of my family, it's that they don't really understand it. You know? Does that make sense? I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking things. Sorry for lack of beading tutorials lately, for people wanting beading tutorials. Yeah, really sorry. It's just, I've been on such a yarn kick at the minute, and before I was on such a beading kick. I just get in, not ruts, that's the wrong word. I just get in like stuck in places of hobbies I want to do. Row 5, you're just going to double crochet once in each stitch around for a total of 9 stitches in the row. But if you do multiple hobbies, are you the same? Sometimes you just want to knit, sometimes you just want to bead, you know, that kind of thing. Especially because I've started this knitting podcast. I want to have things to show people, and I don't have anything, well, obviously I do have stuff to show because I've done quite a lot, but like I don't have any new works in progress or anything, so I'm gonna have to start one of them. I got my yarn ready for my Christmas Eve cast on. Very exciting. Oh, I'm now joining on a new colour of yarn. This is how I join on a new colour of yarn. I'm getting distracted by myself. And then I just knot them in a double knot. I don't do this with knitting, but I do this with crochet. Crochet is a little bit more forgiving when joining on new colours. And then I just tuck the ends in. And it works. But yeah, that was me. I joined the colour right at the end of the row. So for the next 3 rows, you are going to do 1 double crochet in each stitch around for a total of 9. But yeah, that's how I join new colours, right at the end of the row. So just before you do your final yarn over and pull through the 2 loops on your hook, I change colour, and it makes quite a smooth transition. No, I mean, it's not seamless, but quite a smooth transition. And my camera battery had died at that point for the 2nd time while filming this tutorial. I need to start buying extra batteries. So yeah, start stuffing your hoof. Reindeer have hooves, right? Must do. So yeah, start stuffing it, I'd flatten the bottom out of it as well. And I'd filmed all the other legs while my battery was charging. Rows 9 and 10 are the same, so you're going to decrease once. Yeah, we know how to decrease by now, Hannah. You can go a little bit faster. Then you're going to double crochet in the next 3 stitches. And then you're going to do 2 double crochet in the next stitch. And then you're going to do 3 double crochet. Oh no, you're going to do 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches again. And you should still have 9 stitches in your row, because although you decrease by 1, you also increase by 1, and this just makes the leg curved. And then you're going to do that twice. So rows 9 and 10 are exactly the same. Even though in the pattern they're listed separately, but they are exactly the same. But hey, I don't write patterns, so I can't really say anything. So now I'm just going to keep stuffing my leg. Excuse me, sorry. Too much talking. I don't usually talk for 45 minutes non-stop. Although sometimes I'm sure it feels like it, if you ask my boyfriend. So, final leg row. You're going to decrease twice. And that's 1. That's 2. And then you're going to do 1 double crochet in the next stitch. 2 double crochet in the next stitch. And then 3 double crochet to finish off the round, and you've decreased to 8 stitches. Then you just finish stuffing the leg, and you can sew it onto the body, or whatever you so choose, whatever order you choose to do it in. Leave a relatively long length when you're finishing it off, because like I said, you have to use that end to sew or to attach the leg onto the body. But yeah, I'm just finishing off stuffing the leg. Make sure it's relatively firm. I don't think I put enough stuffing in the whole reindeer, which is really sad, but it's okay. It still sits, it still stands up, it still functions. It still does reindeer games, still plays reindeer games. And so yeah, these are my other legs. Boom, 4 legs. Try to stuff them equally so they are of a similar fatness. So now we're onto the tail, which is basically the first 3 rounds of the ear, but I thought I'd demonstrate it anyway. So the pattern to this is also written in the description box below. 5 double crochet into the magic circle you go. After not being able to do a magic circle for such a long time, or doing it wrongly, you can even see in, I think it's my magic circle heart video or something, I do a magic circle, but I do it so wrongly. But now I've got it mastered. After making 2 reindeer and 3 unicorns, I've got it down. It just creates a nice tight, yeah, it's just good. So now you're just going to do 2 double crochet in each stitch around, and this will up your stitch count to 10 stitches. And we're very close to the end. Don't you panic. I can't believe how long this video is. It's absolutely ridiculous. If you have stuck with me this far, tell me what is your favourite thing to eat at this time of year, no matter what you're celebrating. Row 3 is 3 double crochet around. My favourite thing to eat, and mine is a Christmas thing, is, I'm torn. I really enjoy Spekulatius biscuits, which are a biscuit in Germany, now very Moorish and very delicious. Or mince pies, which are a British thing, and they contain no meat, regardless of the fact they're called mince pies. And it's like raisins and dried fruit and cloves and spices put into pastry. I don't know, I don't know what goes in mincemeat, but it's delicious. Liquid of some form. It's very tasty. It's kind of like a chutney, I suppose. But yeah, that's your tail finished. You finish that off. And then I'm just demonstrating where legs go. They go like that. And then the tail goes on the bum. And then this is what he looks like when he's all sewn together. Ta-da! So I sew the legs on so the curve is at the front because that made the most sense to me. So they're sort of curved back, you know? And that is my two little reindeers. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. So now you know how to make your very own cute little Rudolph. Obviously you can make it a regular reindeer and just make the nose brown, but I've gone with red. This will be my last tutorial before Christmas, and then I'm having a few weeks off. I hope that's okay. Next week obviously is Christmas. I will be doing a podcast next week because I do a fortnightly podcast. So next Thursday I will be having a podcast, but then after that I will be having a few weeks off and I'll be back kind of a couple of weeks into January. I hope that's okay with you all because, you know, visiting family and doing Christmas things, that is what I'm going to be doing. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Your support means the world to me, and why not hit subscribe? I post a new craft tutorial every Sunday, even if I'm going to be having a few weeks off, here in the corner of craft, and cute little things, sometimes like this, sometimes other cute little things. But yes, I also have a fortnightly podcast, which I earlier mentioned, so feel free to hit subscribe. Also, leave me a comment down below. Let me know how you are celebrating this festive season. If you don't celebrate Christmas, let me know about what you celebrate and how you celebrate it. I am fascinated to know. Links to the original pattern and all of my social media can be found in the description box of this video, so feel free to go down there and check it out. It would be great. And yes, with all that being said, I think that's everything. Thank you very much once again for watching and sticking with me through this super long video. I now have to go and edit it, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm not looking forward to, but that's fine. Thank you very much once again for watching, and I shall see you very soon in my next video. Bye! And I don't actually have a Christmassy tutorial for you, but it's still yarn related because I am on a bit of a yarn kick at the moment with the whole knitting and crochet thing that I'm doing. Anyway,